Assalamu alaikum. Lecture number 17, part 2. This is about forest sector of Pakistan. Dear views, in our previous lecture, that is the part 1 of the lecture number 17, we discussed that what are the problems of forest sector and what is the solution. Discussed afforestation, deforestation, and then gap between demand and supply, and we were discussing corruption. Let me share with you that today is 9th May 2026 and time is 10:45 p.m. I am Professor Shakeel Abbasi. Let us discuss the corruption. Like other department, forest department is not immune from corruption. Rather, it is besmeared. Corruption is done through proper channel. Means at low level it is the security guard and the PNs and the chokidars, even if I should not say it, this is shameful for, and who collects the money, and this is transmitted through middle channels up to actually secretary level, and this is open secret. And in recent years, in 2025, it is the scandal detected by KPK government and scam of timber scam of 1.7 billion dollars, and where 140 officials were involved, and in a like scandal of Balochistan, embezzlement amount is more than 265 billion rupees, and corruption is not shameful for this department. All the staff, with few exceptions, there are honest people in this department. They are living vivacious life. They are having palatious homes. Even forest guard who is getting a monthly salary not more than 45,000, living and enjoying good houses, and they are living beyond their means. They are having motorcycles. They are having the cars. They are actually sending their kids to very costly schools. So this is the dark side of this department. That's why our forest area is nominal, rather shameful for us. We claim that 4.2% of area is our forest area, and here once again it is the because of the corruption we have shown the higher area. Actually, this area is less than 3% because we have included in this forest area that fruit-bearing plants and the plants of the pass and the plants grown along the roadsides. After that, it becomes 4.2%. So this is another form of corruption, intelligentious corruption, fudging of the facts. But the detection of corruption in forest department is too tough because technical corruption is done, like fake tree plantation, like fake nurseries, and the sale and purchase, etc. And this is the position. How to overcome this? Definitely there should be strict watch, proper surveillance, but who would take the surveillance of these departments? Definitely there is anti-corruption department, the FIA and the like department, but they are also subject to corruption. So to revive this, to overcome the corruption, definitely we should engage honest and dedicated officers. Our secretaries should be more honest and competent. So engagement of honest and dedicated officers is very important. But in Pakistan, where political interference is on rise, this target cannot be achieved, and this cannot be realized. That is the engagement of honest and competent persons. So unless we do not overcome this the bottleneck, we cannot overcome the issue of this corruption. Likewise, anti-corruption department, FIA and the NAB, they should be more vigilant about these forests. Then we should engage actually IT, information technology, surveillance or the monitoring of the forest department through IT, through cameras, through intelligence. This is very important, and this is the only way. And every year there should be surprise visit of the politicians and the secretaries and the bureaucrats to check whether tree plantation campaign was properly enforced or not. What is the survival rate? How many plants were actually planted over there, and what sort of plants they purchase at what rate and from whom, and so this investigation is very important. Another is that is the proper education, religious education, seminars, and accountability through awareness of the people, engagement of the people. So whistleblowing actually strategy, where people of the area should be engaged. Okay, they should have direct access to the higher authorities, so that this corruption can be controlled. Anyhow, and the annual assets evaluation should be done properly, proper screening of the people that at the time of joining of the service, what was the financial worth of that officer. So in this way we can overcome this. Natural regeneration of the seed, this is very important. Instead of planting the trees, this is very important, and to protect this, it is very important to put a ban on unwanted grazing and eruption of the fires. We should focus on these two things. And unwanted access of the people are loitering in the jungle and the forest area, so this should be banned. And regarding this, IT should be involved, that is the installation of the camera, and through satellite we should actually take the view of a different forest, who is entering into the forest, and who is going outside the forest, and whether or not cattle are grazing in that area or not. So in this way we are able to save our natural prodigy growth. Inspection of the higher authorities, it has been is actually a rare phenomenon in forest department. Whatsoever inspection is done over there, it is pre-planned, and information to the forest guard is conveyed in, well before time. So this is an arranged actually inspection, and it does not carry the required results. It is not convincing in the sense that everything is arranged, and whatever corruption they have done, they can hide that corruption. So we should focus on actually Google inspection, and we should focus on surprise visit of not only forest department, rather deputy commissioner, AC of that area, then the secretary forest, then the politicians. They should have the surprise visit of that forest. So in this way we can overcome this corruption and the inefficiency, etc. Next point, another drawback of forest department is manpower, lack of manpower. In Pakistan, when we look into the education and the manpower of the forest department, it is shameful. Almost 42 educational institutions of Pakistan are providing an opportunity of education and forestry. Almost 5,000 students are enrolled over there, and in this respect, it is our Forest Institute Peshawar is playing key role. Other are having a nominal role. Anyhow, this should be actually encouraged, and more and more students should be engaged, and then they should be enrolled, and then qualified people should be engaged at low level. Scale should be upgraded. I think forest guards scale is 8, and it should be not less than 16 scale, and BS forestry students should be engaged over there. In this way they are more familiar with modern techniques, and they may have good behavior towards the people and to the forest, and the new methodology they can follow, and they can give good feedback to the higher authorities. Matriculator who is not familiar with the forestry and so many scientific techniques and etc., and is not so rich in mannerism or the etiquettes and other psychological dimensions of the society. So in this way we can improve our forest department by engaging or by promoting the forestry education and engaging qualified staff. Another dimension of our forestry has been pinpointed by Shakeel Abbasi, a student of, I think, of Quebec University, Montreal, and she's of the view that in the forest of Murray, district Murray now, it has been observed in 2019 the entry of 22 new plants in district Murray, and absence of 78 traditional plants. This is for biodiversity. Anyhow, we should focus upon that. My suggestion regarding especially Murray is that we should focus not only tree plantation, rather we should focus on natural regeneration of the plants. And regarding this, we should focus in a moist area like Bhurban, etc. I think that it is the strawberry, wildberry, and the corn mint, which jamkat, and like things can be encouraged. And in the down area like Anguri, etc. of district Murray, we should focus on this like the amla and the like retha, and these things are very important, and the timber cultivation. These are the medicinal values as well, and we can export these things. And timber is also a prickly ash. This is named as timber is in English. It's a botanical name. I have written, but it is of no avail here to discuss. But these are the local varieties. We should focus upon this. And in case of upper area like the Bhurban and Thanda Changar and the Badiyan, etc., we should focus on the Burungi and the Palachi, and these are the popular actually varieties are the oak trees like Manak Road and etc. These are the things which we should focus upon. Popular, and the Palachi is also a popular variety. Then we have the Shablut, or this is the variety of the oak Shablut. Next point is animals grazing. In 2024, it was reported that 25% of livestock actually is dependent upon forest grazing. So if we take for present statistics, then 25% of livestock means almost 60 million animals depend upon the grazing. As a result, depletion of the vegetation takes place, and then soil erosion is the natural result. As a result, we have the sedimentation in our rivers and the dams ultimately. Plus, in our next point, we will discuss that what is the position of sedimentation and soil erosion. So this is grazing is the biggest cause of the soil erosion, and which is costly for a poor nation like Pakistan. How to overcome this? Definitely we should put a ban on grazing, but what is the alternative for our livestock? Because livestock is very important for Pakistan, as we say that it provides jobs, it is a source of income for the government, etc. We export this. Anyhow, for that we have to develop alternatives. Actually, we should give the next options. The farmland should be developed, and then we should have alternative forage and the food and and the grass for these animals. Until unless we do not develop, we cannot put a ban. So there should be trade-off between this ban on forest grazing and the provision of the alternate. Engagement of the farmers is very important, to strike a balance between this. Livestock farming on scientific basis is very important. Alternative food resources should be developed, and during modern era we can do this as we are doing that during off season. We actually provide alternative food or the feed to the livestock. Next point is linked with this, and that is the sedimentation. This is the great concern of Pakistan. It has been reported by PCRW, or Pakistan Council of Research in Water Resources, Islamabad based research made by Dr. Ashraf and Japanese scholar, another Muhammad Ali from, I think, Faisalabad University. This is a very awakening, eye-opening for Pakistani policy makers, that here in case of Pakistan, it has been observed that Indus water shed falling between Tarbela Dam and 9 kilometer upstream. Soil erosion was estimated 150 to 165,000 hectare per year. So this is, and likewise sedimentation rate was very high, and it was observed that 0.5 million tons of sediments is carried out by Indus water channel every day. So this is the position, and it has been observed in this research. I am taking the note of this, that largest 13 rivers of the world carry a sedimentation load of over 5.8 billion, and here Pakistan's Indus river falls at third position, with the annual sedimentation being. It has been observed that almost 35% of the Tarbela reservoirs has been filled with this sedimentation. So with this, another research is attached, which is of the view that desilting of this Tarbela Dam, that is the removal of the sedimentation which has piled up over there, is having the cost equal to construction of a new Tarbela Dam over there. So this is the cost of removal of the sedimentation. What is the main reason? That is the deforestation, and that is the grazing and the illegal harvesting of the forest. As a result, we during especially monsoon season, we have the soil erosion, which I have discussed in previous points. So this is the heavy cost. What is the solution? That is the afforestation. We should educate the people, and we should engage the people like students and the like army persons regarding tree plantation, and it is more important that not only to plant a tree, rather its preservation or its safety is very important, and especially we should focus on the breaking out of the fire, which is very costly for forest. So in this way, and stowing of the garbage in the rivers, and running of the business of poultry farm near these rivers, and the establishment and the development of colonies on the bank of rivers, which are very attractive for the investors, they should be banned. So in this way, would be able to cope with this problem. Next point is people's participation. Without people's participation, no department can perform properly. The sense of democracy is government by the people, for the people, and of the people. But these departments are of the people. Now Department is actually focusing on the withdrawal of the rights of the farmers of that locality, which were given by the English regime. The rights are being either infringed or the withdrawn. I quote the example of District Murray, where people used to issue the permit to cut the tree on a death, and for the reconstruction or maintenance of the houses. And this government has put a ban on the issuance of permit for the last 1 year, and as a result, the gap between the people and the forest department is ever increasing, and the behavior of the forest guard is towards the people is actually either indifferent or the rude. As a result, people's participation in the forest activities, especially in case of eruption of fire in the forest, is almost zero. So we have to pay the cost in the form of deforestation. So it is very important that we should not infringe the benefits or the rights of the farmers of that area at the cost of the forest, because people would not participate. Why they should participate in fire extinguishing activities? They say, okay, this is the forest of this forest guard, this is the DFO, which is indifferent to our rights. So as a result, we think that deforestation is on rise, and we should minimize this gap by developing good relationship with the people of that area, with good behavior, by protecting their rights, not imposing too many restriction on the people of that area. Another dimension is non-exploitation of our potential which exists here in Pakistan. First step, we cannot compare our forest area with even developing countries like China, where forest area has reached to 25% of total area, and in case of Vietnam it is almost 45%. Not to speak of the Brazil, having 60% of its area, total area is of jungle. So this is the position, and when we look into the statistics about export of the wood, Pakistan's export size is $56.6 million per annum, and import is 175 million. There is great deficit. When we compare ourselves with the developing countries like China, whose wood export is near about $10 billion, and we cannot compare ourselves with the Brazil with $17 billion export, and same is true in case of the Canada and the Sweden and the Russia and the China. So this is the position. It means that there is great potential. First step, we have to increase our forest area, and in this respect we can rely upon 10 billion tree tsunami program, after removing the corruption dimension of that program, by creating awareness among the people, and by focusing on the safety of the planted trees and the control over the fire. We have discussed these things, and in this respect, if our forest area reaches to 25% of our area, then at least if we take half of the exports of the China, that is the $5 billion, our export can increase up to $5 billion. Export of the wood I am talking about. So so far we have not exploited our this great potential. No doubt this is great source of wood, which is used as a fuel, as a timber in construction industry, in the furniture industry. But trees are ants' lungs, and it provides neat and clean environment to us. And biodiversity is inevitable for us, whether it is flora or the fauna. They are playing key role in our practical planning. Good management, good administration ensures this. With this, I end the lecture, and hope you would enjoy this, and you would make me familiar with your respectable opinion to improve the lecture. Anyhow, thank you. Khuda Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.